Hi and welcome back to another Scouts Hereford and Worcester YouTube video. Today we're going to be introducing a new collection of videos that I'm going to be releasing. So to go along with the videos, the things that you can do at home to keep things scouty during this time, I'm also going to be releasing videos about badges that you can complete at home. I'll be going through badges for each of the sections that are easy enough that you can do them at home and hopefully get them signed off whilst we're all in this situation, so that you don't have to wait until you go back to be able to earn some more badges. The first badge we're going to cover is the photography badge, as this is a badge that can be gained in Beavers, Cubs and Scouts. You may have noticed that there were 3 videos that went up at the same time. Make sure that you are on the right video for your section. In this video, we are going to be covering the Cub Photographer badge. For this badge, there are 4 stages. These are: Stage 1. Show that you know how to use and look after a digital camera or smartphone camera. Stage 2. Take at least 5 photos of your local area that could be used on a tourist leaflet or website. Number 3. Take photos while you're on a trip, camp or another event. And number 4. You have to choose one of the following activities to do. Either create 2 photos of the same thing, one in colour and one in black and white, and compare how the effects change the way the final picture comes out. Or make a short film on a subject of your choice. Use a series of photos to make a short animation sequence. Or edit a photo using a smartphone or editing software and explain what you have changed and why. I'm going to look individually at each of these sections and give you some information that can help you to complete them. Before we get into everything, I'm going to show you the different types of cameras there are. Here are the 4 cameras that I'm going to talk about. First off, there is the smartphone cameras. All modern day smartphones contain cameras, and the way that technology has developed means that these cameras have improved dramatically. And because of how readily available they are, plus the fact that they are very portable and full of features that are easy to use, smartphones are probably the most common cameras used. Next we have our compact digital cameras. These are cameras that are very portable, so they are great for people that might want to have a camera available for something like a holiday, but don't want to be carrying around something too big. Most of these can easily fit in a pocket. These cameras also come in lots of forms and with different features. For example, this camera here is actually a waterproof camera with some drop protection as well. This makes it ideal for things like camps. The next step up would be a higher end digital camera. A camera like this has a lot of similarities to the previous camera, but adds some extra features for those who want features like better picture quality. The main difference between this camera and the previous one is the addition of mountable lenses. Having lenses like this has benefits over a fixed lens. First of all, there is the ability to use optical zoom instead of digital zoom, which means you are able to zoom in without losing any quality in the photo. The second benefit is the fact that you can swap the lenses, which gives the camera a lot more versatility by allowing extra zoom or even adding effects like a fisheye lens. Finally, there are the DSLR cameras. These cameras, as you can see, are a lot bigger than the other cameras. This is because they have a lot more capabilities. Because of these, they are the types of camera that you will normally find professional photographers using, but they are also popular with amateurs that appreciate better quality photos. They are simple to use in automatic mode, but if you learn how to correctly use all the controls and settings, then they are very powerful tools. Once again, they have the capabilities of the mountable lenses, and also add features such as a viewfinder, which is essentially a peephole on the camera that lets you see exactly what the camera can see through the lens, without having to look on a screen, which can be really helpful in situations like a really sunny day, when it can be hard to see the screens because of light reflecting on them. Through this video, I will focus on using smartphone cameras and DSLR cameras, but you will find that a lot of the information can be used for the digital cameras in the same way. So the first section of the badge is to show that you know how to use and look after a digital camera or smartphone. So to start with, I'm going to show you a video on how to use a smartphone and a camera to take photos. In order to show you how to use the cameras, I'm going to use this little rubber duck here as a little model so that we can take some photos of it. So to take pictures of the smartphone, first you need to get your smartphone with the camera app open. Now there's a few things that you can do to take photos with your smartphone. First of all, you can zoom in and out by taking 2 fingers and pinching in and out on the screen. As you can see, the duck gets closer and further away. Now, to focus on something, all you need to do is tap on the screen where you'd like to focus. So for us, we'd like to focus on the duck. So we're just going to tap on the duck's face like that. And that's now put the duck in focus. Now to take the photo, you have 2 options. You can either click the shutter button here, and as you see it flashes and takes a photo, or on a lot of phones you can also press the volume down button, and that will also take a photo. Once you've taken the photo, it's now saved onto your phone, and you can go into your gallery and look at the photo that you've taken. So now I'm going to show you how you can take a photo with a DSLR. So you need to take your camera. It's here, and I'm just going to show you a few parts of the camera. So to be able to zoom in and out on a camera like this, you've just got to turn the lens like that. Now to turn the camera on and off, there is a switch here. So if we flick this switch, that's now on. If we switch it back, that's off. The silver button is the shutter button. So this is what you're going to press to take the photo. And then here is the viewfinder. And this is where you look through to be able to see what you're taking a photo of. So the first thing we need to do with our camera is take off the lens cap. Okay. Then we need to turn the camera on by flicking that switch. Now I'm going to try and show this through the viewfinder. So as you can see the duck through the viewfinder. Now we can zoom in and out, as you can see there, just by turning that dial on the lens. Now to focus a camera like this, you're going to put your finger on the shutter button and you're going to press it halfway down and you're going to listen out for a beep. Once you hear the beep, like that, that's in focus. And then you press the button down fully and it will take a photo. Then your photo will be displayed on the screen of the camera. And that's how you take a photo with a DSLR. So now I'm going to go into some more detail on how you can change modes and settings on the smartphone and camera. So if you get your smartphone with the camera open, so along here you can see there are the different modes along here. So we have photo, slide along, we have video, and then we've also got more. We've got things like panorama, so that's taking a really wide photo, slow motion and hyperlapse. Also on the photo, there is this button here, which on a smartphone will change it from that camera, so you can see the duck, to the back camera, so now you can see me filming. Then we'll change it back. And so some of the settings that you might want to change, you've got the flash. So on this one, you can have the flash either off, on, or on auto. So if it's on auto, it will detect whether it's light or dark and turn the flash on if you need it. There's also this here, which is adding a timer. So with this, you can press to take a photo and then it will give you time to actually get in the photo yourself if you've got the phone propped up somewhere. And then you've also got things like this, which will change the ratio. So at the moment, as you can see, it's on the full screen, or we can have it like this, so it's more of a square. And then if we go into the settings bit here, there are some more things on here. So for example, in here, we could change the resolution of the video that it takes. And we can also turn things like HDR on and off, which will make a difference to your photos and videos. And that's how you change the modes and settings on your smartphone. So now we will look at changing modes and settings on our big camera. So obviously I said here we've got the shutter button for taking photos, but if you want to take videos instead, all you have to do is press this record button. We've also got, if you turn it on, so this wheel here can take us to different modes and settings on the camera. So for example, if we twist it so that it goes to scene, we now have different scenes. So you saw there it said night portrait, and if we go along, we can do a night landscape, party, beach, snow. So there's all these different settings which will set your camera up in the best settings to take a photo like that. Now also on this dial we've got other things. So we've got portrait, and then we've got landscape. So obviously portrait you'd use for taking photos of people, and the landscape you'd use for taking pictures of the landscape. Another useful setting on here, so as we said with the smartphone, you can have it set up so the flash is automatic. So if we have this on auto, that's what this camera will do. It'll have it on automatic, but there's also a setting that's no flash. So if you have it on that, no matter whether it's light or dark, it will not put the flash on, which can be useful in some situations. Another thing with this camera is actually a setting on the lens. So this little switch here that says A and M, that is for focus. So A stands for automatic. So that's when we push down the button halfway and it focused for us. But also with this camera, if we switch it to M, that means we can focus it ourselves by twisting this ring here. So that's some of the settings on the camera. Obviously, you can look into more detail about what each of these settings do, because there's a lot of settings and I haven't really got time to go through them all with you. Another thing you need to be able to know how to do is to transfer your photo files from your camera to a device such as a laptop. If you're doing this with a phone, you need to get a USB cable, and you need to plug one end into the phone and the other end into your laptop. If you're doing this with your camera, you need to take the memory card out of your camera and then plug it into your laptop. Some laptops won't have a port to plug in a memory card, so you may have to use a SD card reader that you can plug into a USB port. Once you've plugged in the device, you need to find the folder for the device on your laptop. So in this case, it will be my phone. You then need to click onto that, and then you need to click on phone, as this is where the photo will be stored. You then need to find the DCIM folder and go into there, and then find the camera folder. Once you are in the camera folder, you need to find the image that you want to copy, then you need to right click on it and then press copy. Once you have copied the image, you need to go back onto this PC and find the pictures folder. In the pictures folder, you need to right click on a blank space and then click paste. Once you have pasted, this will save the image onto your device. The next section of your badge is to take photos whilst you're on a trip, camp or another event, and then show 10 of your best photos to somebody else. Obviously at the moment you might be thinking, well, that's quite hard because we can't go on trips and events. But I'm sure if you use photos that you have taken at previous camps and trips and stuff, that they will count. Also, if you take part in a virtual camp, I'm sure that you can also use photos from that. A great way to show these to people is by doing it whilst you have a virtual meeting. Then you can show them to your whole pack and your leader. The final section of the badge was to choose one of the 4 activities that were listed to do. One of those activities was to make a short animation video. I have previously made a video on how you can make animation videos, and so I'll leave a link in the description so that you can go to this video and learn how to do it. But for now, I'd like to show you one of the other activities that you can do by taking 2 of the same photo, one in colour and one in black and white. So for this task, I need to take 2 photos, one in colour and one in black and white. So I'm going to take it of the duck, and so I'm going to get my camera. I'm going to focus in on the duck and take a photo. And then to be able to do the black and white on this phone, I need to go in here and change the setting to black and white. There we go. And try and get it in the same place. Focus on that and take a photo. So that's my two photos, one in colour and one in black and white. And here are the results that I got. So for this task, I need to look at both of the photos together and describe the changes that it made by doing it in colour and in black and white. So what I'd say is the one in colour makes the photo look quite happy and it's got lots of life in it. And then the black and white one makes it look it gives it that dark feel, makes it a bit more sad. And so, yeah, I'd say that the colour one looks happy and the black and white one looks sad. So that's all 4 sections of the badge that you've got to complete. I hope this video was helpful and will help you be able to gain your badge. If you take any really nice photos that you'd like to share with us, please send them to staysafe@scoutshw.org.uk. Have fun, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.